What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. What's good with y'all? Go check out my other videos. Check them out. Check them out. And if you actually have checked out my other videos, one, thank you. Two, you know that I have a couple of little mini series going on in here. One of which being debunking gun myths. Right? And that one kind of took off. Everybody, people were liking it. So I'm like, you know what? They like when I debunk shit. That's what it is, clearly. So I came up with this whole debunking anti gunners. And it's been a while since I've done that. So y'all read the title. Y'all read the title. Y'all read the thumbnail. Y'all seen the thumbnail. Let's get into it. This episode on debunking anti gunners, we have a quote from our current president of the United States, Sleepy Joseph Biden himself. All right, so let's get into it. The quote was, in order to take on the government, you need F-15s, or an F-15, technically is what he said. Not AR-15s. So he made this comment basically as a way to sit here and, demean people for owning AR-15s and basically mocking what the Second Amendment was originally for, which was to fight off a tyrannical government, whether it be foreign or domestic. He doesn't like that or domestic part because he doesn't want to be seen as the bad guy. But here's the truth of the matter here. One, with that sentence, he has implicated at least three things, and that is what I'm here to discuss with you guys today. So, first off, most importantly, it shows zero regard for what the Second Amendment actually means, what it stands for, what our rights actually are. It shows zero regard for it. It shows zero knowledge on it as well. Next, it shows that Biden doesn't have the greatest of memory, which we already knew because he claims to have been at every mass shooting. He claims to have met the guy who invented insulin. He claims he comes from a Puerto Rican background, a Polish background, a Jewish background, like 20 other backgrounds all at once, which I'd love to find out how, because I grew up in a pretty damn fucking, in their words, diverse neighborhood, meaning I grew up around a lot of fucking black people and Mexicans. So, I'm just real confused here because ain't nobody I've ever met, would sit here and be like, "Oh yeah, Mark, you had a black or Mexican upbringing." No, I grew up in the fucking hood around a bunch of people. That's it. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do. So look, I'm getting off topic. All right. We know that he's, not the smartest. We know he doesn't have a great memory for history. All right. So let's get back onto this. He doesn't seem to remember what happened in the Vietnam War, which essentially was a bunch of rice farmers with AKs and sandals and the cool hats. They sat there and they fucked our shit up. They did. Now, I will say, if I'm not mistaken, it's technically by body count we won, or it was some shit like that. But long story short is that we did not win that one. We did not, and that should show something right there. We didn't get exactly what we wanted immediately because these people had guns and were able to fight us off. You see what I mean? A bunch of fucking rice farmers with AKs was able to stop our military and slow them down and push them off and take some of them out, right? But you seem to think that we can't because it's an AR-15. Do you think it's because that? Do you think? I wonder if maybe our president's trying to say that AKs are better than ARs. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he just doesn't remember what happened in history, which is, well, we can look at plenty of fucking nations, realistically speaking. Whenever the citizens have been armed, whether it be legally or illegally, whenever the citizens have been armed and the government has gone tyrannical, the government has been put in check or replaced. Let's keep it real here. We can sit here and talk. All right, you know what? I'm gonna be real petty real quick. All right, let's take it back to Germany in the late 30s, right? Hitler rose to power. He lessened the gun restrictions on the German citizens. He tightened the gun restrictions on the Jews, and anybody who he didn't want to have a gun just definitely was not having one. So, but guess what though? Those who did have guns, they fought back. The ones who didn't, who opposed what Hitler did, fought back. You know how we were able to fight back? Guns. So let's get back onto the topic. It shows he has no regard for the Second Amendment. It shows he has no memory of any form of history whatsoever. And last but not least, it shows he doesn't give a fuck about the American people. And here's what I mean when I say that, right? So the average citizen, at least, I can say, wouldn't sit there and just threaten all the other American citizens with F15s and all this other shit. Right? Here's my problem with that, right? You're willing to sit here and threaten the citizens of your country with arms that some of these people have never even fucking seen, could never imagine. And you think you're still the good guy? You think you're still in the right, pal? Really? Really? Now, here's what I will say. Those are 3 clear ways just proving he's fucking wrong and how much of a piece of shit he is for even saying that. But I will say he is right in one aspect. In order to take on the government, you do need more than an AR-15. You need an AR-15, a bunch of magazines, a bunch of ammo, a lot of training. You need a squad. You need your squad to be trained to have their own semi-automatic intermediate cartridge. There we are. Intermediate cartridge rifle. They need to have mags. They need to have ammo. So technically, they're kind of right, but they're also not. Like, it's like that one meme. Well, yes, but actually no. So, I mean, in that one aspect, I guess they're right. You need more people. That's all you need. You need more people, more mags, more ammo, and a couple of more of these. That's all. So the comment, though, generally speaking, probably wasn't to say, oh, well, it can never be done. No, he's saying it to just sit there and mock the people who openly state what the Second Amendment is for, which is to fight off a tyrannical government. And here's one of the biggest arguments we'll also hear that, oh, well, why would the government ever want to go tyrannical? The government won't do that. You know, I bet you money that every single country who was or is dealing with communism, is under a dictatorship, I put money on it right now that they all thought the same thing. I bet all the money I got, they all thought the same thing. Our government wouldn't do that. Why would our government do that? And it happened. Look what happened. So, with that being said, this definitely doesn't wrap it up because I got some more thoughts to say, but I'm just so surprised right now, guys. This is obviously an old quote. If anybody knows this quote, you guys know this is an old quote. But when you sit there and like dive into it, you just feel so angered by it because this is supposed to be the leader, quote unquote, of our country. And the only thing he's leading is the number of falls on non-moving bikes. That's the only thing he's leading right now. So, I don't know. It feels real like, who the hell are you to say that? Especially to the people who, you know, essentially are what make this country great, are the citizens who have pride in their country and have pride in the rights that they have being in the greatest country in the world. You know what I mean? It gets real fucking irritating because then we have a stupid ass president like this who wants to sit here and make threats to Americans, to any American that says, hey, if y'all become tyrannical, we will do everything in our power to stop you guys, to overthrow this tyrannical government. We will do everything in our power to, if y'all are to become tyrannical. Oh, well, we'll just hit you with fucking fighter jets. We got nukes. We got everything, is basically what he said. What the fuck is wrong with people? What is wrong with this man? That's not something you say to your citizens. That's not something you say to the people you're supposed to be leading. Like, let's be 100% honest here. I understand that there are 3 branches to the government. I understand that. All right, there's the executive, judicial, legislative. I'm not saying that he solely is who leads us. You know what I mean? However, he's the figurehead. He's the figurehead. So as the figurehead, who in the flying fuck do you think you are to sit here and threaten half of America? Tell me. Tell me. Because you sure as shit are not good enough to call yourself the leader of it. That's the truth of the matter here. You made a threat to the American people that no matter how you'd like to try to turn it, can never be taken back. That was a threat. That was a threat. You threatened to use fucking F-15s on us. You're threatening to literally use shit that would cost billions of dollars just to take out the citizens of the country you supposedly lead. Despicable. Despicable. And look, guys, I don't think there's any more debunking for this, I mean, there's countless points of time where fucking just people rising up against the government and saying, hey, fuck you, keep yourself in check, and them having to sit there. And yes, sometimes some people die. Yes, it happens. However, I would rather die for my freedom than live in a communist or a non-free area. I would rather, or a dictatorship, I'd rather die. I'd rather die fighting for freedom. And essentially, the president just spit in the face of me and everybody else who agrees with me that they'd rather die for freedom. And that's what pisses me the fuck off most of all about it. He shows no regard or any knowledge for the Second Amendment. He shows no regard or knowledge for the history where it's been proven multiple times that guns make all the fucking difference. And then he wants to threaten us, basically spit in the face to all of us who say, as Americans, we should die for our freedom. What a piece of shit. But I think that about wraps it up for this video. I can feel my blood pressure starting to boil as I'm thinking about it. Y'all go ahead and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all. And because you agree with me, you don't need just an AR-15. You need a lot of mags, you need a lot of ammo, and you need some damn training and maybe some fucking plates and a plate carrier. Go check out the podcast, Jim Adam's channel, Centerfire Podcast, Gun Nut TV. Y'all know what the deal is. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.